Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted that you're with us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And we have a bunch of callers on hold tonight, so this should be really a fun show. As is always, I think all of the shows are fun. And I hear people tell me that a lot. They say, it's really fun when I listen to your show. And sometimes if I'm feeling blue, I'll just listen to your show and it makes me feel better. And I don't even pay attention to what the words are, but just the feeling and the vibration. And that's because I got my vibration cranked up really high when I do this show so that I can get information from God, the universe, our spirit guides, our deceased loved ones, everybody and more that I've just mentioned. I just got back literally a half an hour ago to my house, and I'm in my office in my house. I just got back from Las Vegas. I've been there since Sunday at a conference, kind of a mind, body, spirit conference, and there were people, I think we had people from 6 countries there, and I did a workshop on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that was an hour with this big group of people, and I think that first day we did medical questions, and then the second day we did spirit guides, and then the third day we did past lives and deceased loved ones. And then I did 14 individual hour-long private sessions as well. So it was just so much fun. The people were delightful. And to all of you that are listening that were there, you know what I'm talking about. But what a terrific few days in Vegas. In celebration of my 100th show, I decided, what can I do to show my appreciation to everybody that listens to the show and participates in this community? And I thought, well, I'll give away a free 1-hour session. And they cost $155 normally. So that's a pretty good prize, I think. And so in order to enter this drawing, you got to do this by May 1st, these 3 easy things. And the first one is follow me on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan. The second one is write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at Ask Julie Ryan. And you can do it on wherever you listen to the podcast, too. If you listen on iHeart or Stitcher or Google Play or any of those, you can leave a review there, too. But shoot me an email and let me know that you left it someplace other than iTunes. And then subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. So 3 easy things. And I'm going to announce the winner on my 100th show, which is coming up here really fast, and it's Thursday, May 3rd. So get your information in, and that will be really fun to see who wins the prize, wins the grand prize. So let's go to the phones and see who has what to say this evening. I believe our first caller is Allie. Hi, Allie.
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. Never ending winter here in Ohio. So.
Oh gosh, really? Did you guys get more snow this week?
It flurried this morning. Yeah. So.
Jeez.
I think it's affecting me, which is the main reason I'm calling. Yes.
Yeah. Tell everybody where in Ohio you are.
Columbus. Yes, Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus.
I think it's 7 months now. We're going on cold weather. It's miserable.
Is that right? Oh my gosh.
Since October. We had our first snowfall at the end of October, I think, or it was really cold at the end of October.
Oh,
So,
well,
I know.
Just think how pure you are, though, with all that white, fluffy snow everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, that's not on the ground, but it's just nasty and cold and miserable.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, come on down.
Yeah.
Come on down to Sweet Home Alabama. I just drove in, and all my roses are in bloom in front of our house. I'll post a picture. They're just gorgeous red. The bushes are full. That first bloom of this season. Obviously, I'm really into gardening, if you haven't figured that out by now. And
rub it in, why don't you?
I know. And so I'm saying, come on down. Come on down. So, well, talk to me. How may I help you this evening?
Well, I just didn't know if you could do a body scan on me. I just feel like I've been so tired this past month, more so than a 30-year-old should be. And if there's anything that I can not take, like if I, maybe should cut back on the coffee, if that's affecting me, or if, just what's going on with my body. So just any input would be nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Ellie, you know this, but to those of you who are listening for the first time, I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. We're all spirits in a body having a human experience. And when our spirits are in our bodies, we vibrate at a slower rate simply because the body has mass. So I've learned how to do this. I turn my abilities on and off at will, and so it takes me a nanosecond. I raise my vibrational level. I'm going to close my eyes because, like when we go to the movie theater to see a movie and they darken the room, we can see the movie better. So with my eyes closed, I see these images in my head better if it's a little bit dark. And so, Ellie, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Sweet Home, Alabama, and it's going to come up to you in the city of my birth and your birth, Columbus, Ohio. Right? I assume you were born there?
Yep.
Okay. Good assumption. I must be psychic or something.
Yeah, I know.
You just never know. All right, here we go. Laser beam head north. Got you. Yeah, you look like you're operating on about a 40-watt light bulb, child. What in the heck are you doing? Okay, so I'm going to shoot. Normally, when I get somebody's energy field up on my radar, and what it looks like, everybody, is kind of a hologram of Allie, and kind of like in the Star Trek TV show and movie, and when they're beaming me up, Scotty, beam me up, Scotty, to another planet, and that person, Allie, just kind of turns into a transparent figure of themselves.
Yeah.
That's what you look like to me. But normally I will see what I would call 200-watt power. You're on about 40-watt power. So I understand why you're so exhausted. What I'm going to do is shoot energy into you and see if I can get you to light up. Are you on any medication?
So I usually take Prozac, and I'm wondering
I was going to say an
why.
Antidepressant. Yeah.
But I haven't taken it for a while because So I was on a very low dose of it, but I'm wondering if that's affecting me maybe.
Well, did you wean yourself off of it with a pharmacist or doctor's help?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
And how long ago was that?
It's probably been like 3 weeks.
Okay, recent.
4 weeks.
Because when I got you on my radar, Allie, I could see what I consider and what I call brain fog, and it just looks like this kind of grayish, brownish fog that's over your brain tissue. But when I see it has this oily consistency to it, I know there are pharmaceuticals involved, and it's normally antidepressants. So that's why I asked what medicines you're taking. Yeah, it absolutely has to do with it. And what I want you to do is several things. Let me make another pass before I tell you, but I'm going to give you some places you can go to get some help. I'm going to make another pass and see.
I'm not pregnant, right?
I'm not. No, but you have a baby's energy over your shoulder. Looks like an orb that you see in the picture, or the orb that's in The Wizard of Oz when Glenda the Good Witch rides into Munchkin Land. That's what baby's orbs look like. And so I'm checking you for leaky gut, which you have. Have we talked about that before?
I don't think so.
Candida yeast, leaky gut.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got some of that going on. And what that is, everybody, is antidepressants and other pharmaceuticals and antibiotics and Advil and birth control pills and steroids and all kinds of fun things like that mess up our gut biome, the ecosystem in our GI tract, and it has bugs in it, but they're considered good bugs. It's got bacteria and fungi and parasites and all kinds of fun things in there. Mm-hmm. And when we take some of those medicines, Allie, it's kind of like a nuclear bomb going off in our stomachs, and it irritates our stomachs and our intestines, and it causes these little teeny tiny tears in the in our intestinal wall, which is only one cell thick. And so through these little lacerations, these little tears in that real fragile lining, microscopic particles of food as well as toxins can get into our bloodstream, and it can cause fatigue. I had that for years and years. And Allie, I remember when Jonathan was little, I remember picking him up at school and pulling into the garage, and I was so exhausted at 4 p.m. I was about to tear. Yeah.
Yes, that's how I feel. It's terrible. Yeah. I'm 30 years old. I should not be this tired.
Right. So I think it's a combination of weaning off the antidepressants, because they're still very much in your system from what I can see from the scan, number one. And number two, I think it has to do with Candida yeast. So here's my recommendations, several of them. And I may have given these to you in the past, but bulletproof.com/diet. Go there.
I have that. Okay.
Download the food chart. Eat what's on it. Everybody, it's basically an easy way to remember it is, if God made the food, eat it. If man made it, don't. Just as basic as it gets.
Easy.
All right. Stay away from sugar. Stay away from alcohol. Stay away from processed foods, at least in the short run, so you can get some help. The other thing that I want you to do is I want you to go to Kelly, Kelly Brogan, BROG as in green, AN.com, kellybroganmd.com, and go to her website. She is a psychiatrist that's based in Manhattan. Her whole practice is about getting people off antidepressants. She says that's the biggest drug crisis in America right now. It's not the opioids, it's antidepressants.
And that was my next question, if it was like the best thing, because we want to have another baby, but I know antidepressants aren't good for a baby to get pregnant. So
not only that, but Dr. Brogan says once you're on them, a lot of people can't ever seem to get off of them.
Right. Yeah. And I know that's like kind of my.
So what I want you to do is go check out her site. She's got a book out, and it's called A Mind of Your Own. But you can get a lot of information from her site. And how she helps her patients is she has them really get a clean diet and only eat food that God made, and don't eat food that man made, kind of thing. And it really works great for depression. Okay. The other big thing is, do you take vitamin D, D3?
I'm just taking like a multivitamin right now.
Okay.
I'm taking, I'm actually just taking like a prenatal vitamin.
Yeah, add in some D3. You can get it. It comes in little capsules. And also be sure you get some sunshine as much as you can. I know it's not always sunny in Columbus. I know.
Lately it's been a little difficult, but yes.
I know. So the other thing that I do, even living down here where we have a lot of sunshine, but I started it when I lived in that upper Midwest where it's gray a lot, is go get some full spectrum light bulbs. Put them in your vanity lights, and put them in lights that you are near a lot.
Okay.
And you're going to be amazed at what a difference it makes.
Okay.
All right. So I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you.
You bet. I hope you don't get any more snow.
Yes, me too. All right. Thank you, Julie.
Thanks, Julie. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see. Our next caller's Bob. Hi, Bob.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm just fine, thank you.
Perfect. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
35 miles southeast of Seattle, Washington, in the beautiful Bonnie Lake, Washington.
There you go. All right. So you know about that lack of sunshine sometimes of the year, too, up there probably, right?
Yes. Rain, and more rain. It is a lot of rain here.
Yeah. Why it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is really nice and green. That's true.
Yeah. Well, do you have a question for me?
Yes. My wife wanted me to call in about dementia. Can you believe that?
No, I didn't say that.
No. Anyway, I do tend to forget a little bit, but
a lot.
More so than I used to.
I can hear your wife. Tell everybody your wife's name.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Hi, girl. How are you? Please tell everybody listening your name.
Oh, I'm Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Okay, so full disclosure, Bob is the brother to a very dear friend of mine. And, Bob, I was just with your sister Nina and her two daughters, Kim and Cappy, and the two granddaughters, Shari and Tony, in Atlanta all day.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
I just walked in my house a half an hour ago. So I was with your family.
Well, we called Nina several times, but we couldn't get her.
Today?
She was in Atlanta. That's why.
She was in Atlanta with me.
That's right.
I flew in this morning and hooked up with all of them. So, okay. So what's your question, Irene, about, do you think Bob has dementia?
No, I don't think he's got dementia, but he's got some kind of cognitive impairment. I mean, it's a concern. I don't know if it's gotten any worse, but I can't explain it. He just can't think of words. He can't think he just has sometimes difficulty to put things together, and it's a concern of mine. So I just wondered if maybe it goes back to his football days, that he got hit on the head one too many times, or I mean, I'm serious. They didn't take concussion seriously back then, and so I'm just wondering if it is going to be dementia or Alzheimer's, or if it's something that could be contained.
Okay, all right. So, Bob, you okay with me scanning you? I'm going to scan you, get you on my radar, and let's see what's going on. And, Irene, you are absolutely right about the concussions. Concussions can come back and bite us in the rear end decades after the fact. So you are absolutely right on that. All right, so here we go. Laser beams heading out to you guys in Washington. Okay, Bob, got you. Yeah, you got a lot of brain fog. Okay, so first thing is food. You just heard me talking to Allie.
Yes.
If God made it, and I know Irene's an amazing cook, so Irene, cut out anything processed, any grain.
I'm cooking right now, and I don't do processed foods, Julie.
I know, but
European,
I know, but you use bread, my guess is, and you use grains, I would think, for things.
Grains I do use, yes.
Yeah. So cut that out and see if that makes a difference, first of all. So just stay with the vegetables, fruits, protein, and try and stay away from the processed stuff. And Irene is an amazing cook. I've had her dinners before, and she's like professional.
I'm cooking her favorite chicken dish right now for our dinner guest.
Oh, my gosh. It's wonderful. Okay, so that's number one. The other thing, Bob, is I'm going to remove it, like what I said with Allie. It looks like this kind of brownish, grayish fog. Yours doesn't have the oily consistency to it that Allie, our first callers, did. So I'm just going to remove that. So that tells me you're not on antidepressants. Is that true?
I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Because normally, like I said, I'll see this oily consistency to the fog. I can tell when people are using recreational drugs, too, by the way, and I don't see any of those in you either. So, okay. Oops, what's that?
Just a moment.
Okay. So I've got that removed. Okay, let me go. You've got leaky gut, what I was talking about with Allie. So have Irene, can she still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, have Irene, cook him stuff that's the good stuff that you fixed. Just cut out what we were talking about before, the grains and the fermented, and give up anything fermented. That includes wine and alcohol and beer and all of that, too, in the short run. Ooh, That sounded like a...
I can't stop him on that. He's his own master,
Okay.
All right. I will cut back on alcohol and beer and fermented.
I did switch to the curry butter because you had told me once before that the brain needs healthy fats. You can't just starve your brain.
Right.
And so I am using the good butter only, and so I'm hoping that will help.
That will help, but you think about beer. Beer's fermented, number one, with a bunch of yeast. Have you ever seen a keg get cleared out the lines? It's disgusting, the soap suds and stuff in the yeast that comes out of there. That's number one. And number two, what's beer made out of? Grains.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. So, get off of that stuff. You're going to feel better. You've got almost an allergic response happening. It's an immuno response, and that's what's causing a lot of this. And then I want to go back and check your brain because, Irene, you had the hit, you had the thought that there may be some old concussions. I do see 3. Mm-hmm. I do. Brain tissue looks like Irish oatmeal, real thick Irish oatmeal that's cooked. A lot of times you'll see it in a restaurant in a big pot, and you can ladle it out, and it's super thick. That's what brain matter looks like. And I can see these oval-shaped injuries that have scar tissue over them. And what I see happen is it blocks the neural pathways, Bob.
Oh,
so
okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop them out, and then I'm going to watch what I call stem cell energy come in, and it's going to fill in these divots. Imagine taking a big spoon and scooping out, if you have a bowl of oatmeal, scooping out some of the oatmeal, and then there's this sparkly energy, looks like clear fog with sparkles in it, that's coming in and filling all of these divots. Okay, those are full. So now what that allows is the neural pathways to flow freely, and our brains, what we do is we manufacture new neural pathways that go around where the injuries are. But my thought is let's add the original ones back to their optimal level and use the new ones. So you have a greater capacity for the neural pathways. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
That's exciting.
Okay. So the other thing I would do would be I would look for a functional medicine doctor up there. Allie, I know we've talked about that. Allie, she's still on too. Go to functionalmedicine.org, and they'll help you with the yeast, clear up the yeast, and help you with the cognitive function.
Okay.
All right. You put in your zip code and a doctor in your area. And for both of you, if you want me to pick 3 or 4 doctors in your area and email it to me at julie@askjulieryan.com, and then I'll put them in order of the ones that I think are going to be the best for you to go see in your area. Okay?
Thanks, Julie.
You are so welcome. What a delight to talk to you both.
It was a delight to talk to you.
Enjoy that wonderful dinner I know is waiting for you.
Okay, thank you.
Julie. Take care.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Our next caller is Jess. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm actually calling from Columbus, Ohio as well.
Oh, well, go Buckeyes. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, terrific. How may I help you this evening?
Well, this is my first time calling in for something like this, and I was just curious. I've been feeling really blocked lately, just creatively, vocally blocked, brain foggy, and I was just kind of wondering if you could kind of take a look and maybe unblock some of my energy.
Sure. Let me get you on my radar, like what I just did with Bob and Allie, and let me see what's going on, Jess, and then we'll explore your creative blocks that as you're perceiving them to be creative blocks. And by the way, you're doing great for your first time.
Oh, thanks.
How's it feel?
Oh, a little nerve-wracking calling in.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're doing great. Okay, so what you heard me talk about with Allie is laser beams heading from me here in Alabama, heading north, coming up to you in Columbus. Okay, got you on my radar. All right, you are low energy, but you also have inflammation going on. You've got inflammation in your, I would say, if I took a band and it went around your hips, kind of your GYN area, it's all inflamed. So,
wow.
Do you have anything going on in that area that you're aware of? I'm going to get the inflammation down.
Actually,
it looks like red fog, and the energy always goes just where it's needed most. So that's where it went first. So talk to me about what's going on.
Because I have polycystic ovary syndrome and endometriosis, so that would make a lot of sense, actually.
Okay. So what are you doing to treat it?
So I, when I'm more mindful, I've been eating like crap this week, but usually clean eating, keto diet has really helped with that, like low carb, high fat, moderate protein. And then I take certain supplements that help balance my hormones and whatnot, but I've been kind of slacking on it the last couple of weeks, so I need to get back on it.
Excuse me. What I'm going to do is I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy. It looks like this bright red fog, imagine, that's around, like I said, your hips and your GYN area, but it goes all the way around to the back, too. It's like if I put an inner tube of red energy around the middle of your hips. That's what it looks like. And so I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy on there to get it calmed down. And that's kind of a royal blue color, Jess. So I'm getting that calmed down. All right, so that's going to let me see behind. You know when you're driving down the road and it's really foggy out and you can't see more than about 5 feet in front of you? That's what happens with this energetic fog that I see. I have to clear it, whether it's inflammation or, like with Bob and Allie, the depression, the fog in the brain. I have to clear that out so I can see what's behind it. It occludes it. All right. How old are you?
I am 31.
Okay. All right. And are you on birth control? Tell me what you take as far as hormones.
No, I'm hormone free. They messed me up really badly, so I stay away from that. But I take natural supplements like maca root and reishi mushrooms, and trying to think of ashwagandha has really helped.
Okay. So you are severely lacking in estrogen, which is why I'm asking. And I believe that this is more than take supplements, what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the lack of estrogen in a menopausal woman. And I think that's what's causing some of these symptoms for you, the brain fog, especially if you're lacking in estrogen. That's one of the symptoms of brain fog. So, Jess, let me give you a couple of places to go. I want you to go find a doctor on this because hormones aren't anything to mess with, frankly, because they're all a symphony of working together. The estrogen, the progesterone, the testosterone, the thyroid hormones, the adrenals, the cortisol, all that jazz. And when you say they really messed me up, you really got to be diligent about finding somebody that's an expert on this stuff. So I'm going to give you a couple of sites like I talked to Bob about. And the first one is functionalmedicine.org. Okay. Put in your zip code. A doctor in your area is going to show up. In your case, I would prefer that you find an OBGYN, somebody who's board certified, if possible. And I figure we're talking about sex hormones. We're talking about the female anatomy. Let's get somebody that knows that stuff, right?
Right.
And that's number one choice. So put your zip code in. You can send me a list of doctors, and I'll rate them for you, and the ones that I think will be the best for you, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com. The other place that you can go is called A4, the number 4, M as in Mary.com, and that stands for the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. And these guys are all schooled. You want to take bioidentical hormones. You familiar with those?
Yes, a little bit. I've done slight research.
Okay, so bioidentical hormones, go to Dr. Northrup, NORTHRUP.com,
Okay.
and she's the godmother of bioidentical hormone information. Another resource would be any of Suzanne Summers' books. Same thing.
Okay,
the actress, and
yes.
school yourself on that. But you really need to be seen and to get this back in line. Okay, because I think it can cause long-term problems for you.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. But I think it should be fairly easy to fix if you go to somebody that knows what in the heck they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. All righty. Okay, I think our next caller is Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Hi.
How are ya?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. How may I help you this evening, my dear?
All right. So, with these past few months, I've been finding pennies everywhere I go, and it's very random, and in the most random spots. Like, I'll park in a parking spot, open my door, and then I see a penny on the ground. Or I'll be walking into my apartment, and I'll see on the rug right in front of the door to my apartment a penny on the ground. And just any random area is where I find a penny. And it was strange because today I was cleaning around my room, and I picked up a pillow that, like one of my throw pillows that I usually have on top of my bed, so I could make my bed. And I found, I think it was 74 pennies bunched together in this one area underneath the pillow. And it's just like so bizarre. And I'm very curious as to if this is a sign or somebody trying to reach out to me, or I'm not sure. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it.
It is absolutely a sign. So where was the pile of pennies? Underneath the pillow, where was the pillow?
It was in the corner of my room. So when you walk into my room, the left-hand corner.
Okay, so it was on the floor or on a chair or something?
Yes, on the floor.
And they were bunched together, and you have no memory of any?
No. When I find the pennies, I usually put them in this jar in my bathroom. But the bathroom's a decent distance away from the corner of my room and where I found them. Plus, if I saw, like when I was taking the pillows off at night anyway, I would never put them on a pile of pennies because money and sleeping,
Okay. All right. It's absolutely a sign. What I'm getting, I'm gonna get you on my radar here in a second, Sammy, and I think let's call in your spirit guides and talk to them about it. But it's absolutely a sign. What I'm getting off the top of my head is that it's a sign that you're in the flow. So whatever's happening in your life, and my guess is you're feeling different than before, perhaps more empowered or happier or something. And that's just God, the universe, your spirit guides, your deceased loved ones saying, you go, girl, you're in the flow. Oftentimes people will find pennies. Oftentimes people will, or other money. I mean, I was looking for $100 bills on the floor in the casinos in Vegas, and I didn't find any, unfortunately. But also I hear of people seeing sequences of numbers, like 777 or 313 or something, and they see it everywhere. And that's just the universe letting us know, okay, we're in the flow. We're we're thinking clearly. We're on the right path. So let me get your spirit guides on the line here, Sammy, and let's see what they have to say for themselves. So here comes my laser beam from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, which is about an hour drive. So that will take no time to connect with you. All right, got you. Your spirit guides are behind you in a semicircle. There are 7 of them. You've probably heard me say they all look like versions of Father Time, which to you would be comparable to a Gandalf in Lord of the Rings or Dumbledore in Harry Potter, the Harry Potter movies. You know, old man, white beard, long hair, white robe, tall, thin, fat, short, medium, altogether, and then they morph into a form of that represents the lifetime they lived, and then they can help. So one of your spirit guides, and it's the third one in from your right. Our main spirit guides are normally at our right shoulder, so this is the third spirit guide in, and he's shown up, and he looks like the banker in Monopoly, the game Monopoly, 3-piece suit, the little, what do they call that single eye? I want to say barnacle, and I know that's not right. That's on a boat, but the little, they take that little eyeglass lens.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They put it in their eye, and he's got what we used to call
monocle.
A monocle. There you go. I knew it rhymed with barnacle. I was close. And he's got a banker's ring hair cut, where he's bald on top, but he's just got hair around the sides and the back of his head. Okay. So his name's Stanley. Of course it is. So Stanley lived in London in 1812, and he was a banker. So what's with the pennies? He's saying exactly what I told you, just to let you know you're in the flow. And for you, he's saying you need something tactile. You need something to feel, to believe that you're in the flow. Some people can have numbers. Some people see butterflies. Some people whatever. You need to pick something up and feel it.
Yeah, so that's kind of real. Do you think, so I got actually denied from an internship today, and I don't know if that relates to the, abundance of pennies that I found today, too.
I think it does, because I think whenever anything happens to us in our lives, whether it feels good or not, it's always for us. It's always in our best interest. And if we can keep that in our minds at all times, even when we're going through really tough stuff, and we go, okay, there's something good's going to come out of this. This is in our best interest. It's in your best interest you got turned down for this internship, because something better is going to come. And something that's going to serve you better, and something that's going to be a better stepping stone. And so you just have to trust and stay open to that. And when stuff like that happens, you just got to immediately say to yourself, okay, this is in my best interest. I may not know what it is tomorrow. I may not know what it is. It may take weeks or months, but eventually you're going to look back and you're going to say, thank God I was turned down for that internship. All right, does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
Let's ask Stanley if the pile of money has any other significance, just that you're going to be very successful in whatever you do. But he's really about the tactile. So my guess is you're what I would call a kinesthetic learner. So some people learn visually, some people learn auditorily. You do both of those, but you've got to feel it, too, to really remember something. Am I right on that?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so that's why your signs are showing up in the form of pennies, because they're tactile. You can pick them up and you can feel them, and you can put them in a jar and you can dump them and you can, scoop up a group of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, no, that does make sense. So is it so he just makes them appear, or does he, I'm just curious as to how they gotten there as well.
I think it's all of the above. It's God, your spirit guides, your deceased loved ones, the universe, the whole group. And you're attracting them because this is a sign that you're in the flow. And so when we attract something, when we think of something, we attract it. You're sending out a vibration that it is so fun to find these pennies. It's magical, and I love it. Right?
Yes, exactly. It is. It's like validation to me.
It is validation. And you have very powerful manifestation abilities, obviously.
Yes.
If you're thinking about pennies and you find a random pile of pennies under a pillow in your bedroom, I mean, come on, Sammy. That's some serious manifestation abilities, skill sets, if you will. So what that means to me is whatever you focus on, you're going to be able to manifest. All right? But the key to manifesting is feeling it. You find a penny and you feel joy, you feel exhilaration, you feel happy. right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
So you've got a thought and you got a feeling with it. The key to manifestation is you got to put a feeling with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So anything that you want to do an internship at the Today Show. I'm just throwing that out just for kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think about that and then you imagine how it's going to feel when you're at the Today Show. What is that going to feel like? And I'm just using that as an example. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So like put myself in those shoes and manifest it and believe
Imagine
in
it. Come up with a scene of you in that role and pay attention to how it feels. The feeling part is the magical part of manifestation. If you don't have the feeling part, you're not going to manifest anything.
Yes. Wow, that's so interesting, especially moving forward too, to think about.
Yeah. So I hope that helps.
It did a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay, now start envisioning $100 bills.
I know, seriously. I was just thinking that. That's what I need.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, our next caller is Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Marianne.
Julie,
hi, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
So good. It's been so fun listening to everyone. Usually you and I are chatting alone, but there's so much to learn listening to everyone's stories. And then there's the kind of like, well, I have that too, or I understand that, So
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think that's what's so much fun about this show is that when people call in and ask a question, anybody that listens to it, either in the near future or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, oftentimes there's something that's going to resonate in the answer. So it's not just for the person calling in; it's for all of us. Yeah. I think it just is for all of us, myself included. So, Marianne, please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Toronto. So you got any of that white stuff up there?
Oh, we've had storms. We're in shock. We're going here late April, and we are cold, and the freezing rain and high winds like all of the eastern United States has been experiencing. Very, very difficult. So
Yeah. And Marianne and I, for a couple of years now, have done several private sessions, and so that's been fun. And that's what she was referring to when she said, I normally just talk to you one-on-one. So, do you have a question?
Well, I do. You and I have been recently talking about my head, and I asked you about my teeth, and so I realized that I do have to look into, like I'm just going through my dental, what work I have to do with my teeth, and I know I have to look into the TMJ, but it's just going on a long time, this ear and congestion still, and I go in and out, and I wondered if you could scan me to see about strep, because I had a swallowing, and it was more like really sharp in my ear, but it goes sharp now in my throat, and I thought,
you have strep. You have strep. You do have strep. Your tonsils have pus pockets on them, Marianne.
Yeah. Oh, so you've lost it already, yeah?
Yeah. You need to get on some antibiotics.
Yeah, some antibiotics. Okay. Yeah, my tonsils are gone, but that area of my mouth, is
Yeah. You got these big pus pockets that I'm seeing. So what I'm doing is I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy on them to get the pain down, and then I'm applying antibiotic energy, which is kind of a hot pink color on them, Marianne. The other thing is, do you have any colloidal silver?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's liquid silver, and you can get it in the health food store.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of it in a cup, and then put the equal parts of water and gargle with it. Gargle, right. Bacteria can't live in a metallic environment, and so it puts little teeny ions of silver. I don't want you to swallow it, but I want you to gargle and be sure it gets in the back of your throat when you gargle it. Okay? And then spit it out. And it really doesn't have any taste, but do that do that after you've eaten and before you go to bed at night. You can do it several times a day, and that's really going to help get the strep under control. But yours is serious enough. I think you need to go see the doctor.
Okay. Well, when she looked in before and it was the ear, she didn't see, but she saw the ear was so sore or blocked up that she put me on an antibiotic. So should I ask for a strep test if she doesn't sort of go that direction?
Yeah. I think when she looks in your throat, it's going to be a moot point.
Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. I hope you feel better.
Okay, thank you so much, Julie.
All righty. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. We do this show every Thursday night. We tape it every Thursday night. And the call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677# or hashtag. You can find this a bunch of different places. On my blog, I send out a blog every Thursday morning, and it has this call-in information in it. Also, on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, at the bottom of the homepage, you'll see all this call-in information. Social media, Ask Julie Ryan. I'm on all the socials at Ask Julie Ryan, Instagram, Facebook, all that, YouTube. And also in the show notes, wherever you download podcasts, I have show notes for every show, just kind of descriptions of some of the calls that we've taken, and the call-in information is there. Furthermore, when you're on my website, please sign up for my blog, and there's a little, you just put in your first name and your email address, and then sign up for a private session, and then we'll have a whole hour to do a deep dive, and that's really fun. And I get you all to myself for an hour. At this conference that I went to in Vegas, I got a little weepy at one point when I was telling everybody what a privilege and an honor it is for me to do this kind of work with people really all around the world. And it's just such an honor for people to let me into their lives, and I take that so seriously, and I just am so touched that you all do that. So just wanted to mention that. All right. Speaking of online questions, here's one from a woman named Tina, and she lives in Norco, California. And she said, "Hi, Julie. I had to help my dog Taylor pass this week, and I have a few questions. She had bone cancer, and although I had her arm amputated, the cancer came back within a few months. All I wanted was for her to be happy, healthy, and pain-free. So I'd like to know who she's with on the other side," and she put in parentheses, animal or human, "and is she okay with the decisions I made for her? My last question is, what was her favorite Halloween costume?" She went on to say, "I know that sounds funny, but she always seems so happy to dress up. Any messages you can pass on from me to Taylor," and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tina spells it Taela, so I'm calling it Taylor, will help my heart heal. Thank you for your time and all that you do with your special gift." And here's my response. "Hi, Tina. Thanks for your kind words. My condolences on the loss of Taylor. Losing a beloved pet can be excruciating and sometimes seems almost as bad as losing a close relative or friend. In order to answer your questions, I first energetically connected to you and from you to Taylor. She was standing to your right, and here's what she had to say. Taylor is grateful you made the decisions you did. She told me she would have been okay if you'd put her down earlier, but knew you needed more time with her, and likewise she needed more time with you. Taylor is always around you in spirit form, and she thinks that's great. She especially loves getting to go with you wherever you go. Pay attention to the little signs Taylor uses to let you know she's close by. If you think you heard, felt, or smelled Taylor, you did. And if you think you saw her out of the corner of your eye, you're correct. You did. Your Taylor didn't particularly care for being dressed up in any Halloween costumes. Rather, she enjoyed the extra attention and making you happy. She showed me how she used to dance around for you while she was all dressed up and how much that seemed to delight you. Finally, Taylor wants you to consider getting another dog, in particular a puppy. In addition, she suggested calling the new dog Tay2, and she spelled it for me Taetwo for Taylor 2. like Taylor number 2. She knows this puppy will help you heal and bring lots of comfort and joy to you. If you decide to get a new dog, please send a picture of you with it to me at julie@askjulieryan.com. Hope you find this information comforting. I thought that was hilarious, Tay, too. The other thing I thought was hilarious was that, here Tina's dressing her up, and she's thinking the dog loves it, and the dog's like, this really doesn't do much for me, but it makes you happy, so I'm happy. I thought that was really cute. Alrighty, let's go back to the phones. We've just got a few minutes left, so let's see if we can get a couple more callers in. Hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how are you, girl?
I'm okay.
Good. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Queens, New York.
Queens. Quickly, how may I help you?
Okay, I'm going to say this as best I can. Last year in 2017, May 2017, I was diagnosed with what the radiology call enlarged liver prominent in size with fatty infiltration. So since then, I tried very hard to improve my diet. I started to take benzene, hydrochloric acid because I always thought I had low stomach acid. My digestion improved since last year. I took fish oil because that helps with inflammation, that helps with the cholesterol. So I decided last week I had the doctor send me out for abdominal sonogram to see if my liver improved. It says that my liver is now enlarged with fatty infiltration. Last year was prominent in size. So I thought, I don't have dark urine. My eyes are not yellow. I looked at information about how to tell if your liver's failing, and all that, because I have liver cancer in my family. One of my grandmothers died of liver cancer. The other one died from cirrhosis of liver from drinking. I don't drink. So it's like, I try. I'm trying. It's like...
Okay, so I've got you on my radar, Patty, and I can see your liver looks inflamed, and it looks kind of around the edges, it looks kind of dark. So it's sick. What I talked to Bob, our earlier caller, bulletproof.com, eat what's on there, bulletproof.com diet, download the food chart. It's free to download it. And the easiest way to do it is if God made it, eat it. If God didn't make it, don't eat it.
Has it improved since last year? That's my
easy.
Question.
I get a no.
Slightly?
No. I get a no. So I think
it's stable.
The big thing for you, Patty, is grain products. I'm seeing when I ask what especially do you need to get rid of, and I know you've told us you're Italian, right? You've told us you're Italian in the past when you've called in, and I know pastas and that's a heritage thing. Bread. Yeah. Give it up. See what you can do to give it up and see how you feel. I bet you're gonna feel a lot better, and I'll bet the tests come back way better. So download that food chart. If God made it, eat it. If God didn't make it.
But right now, it's not as worse as last year. It's not worse. It's stabilized in a sense. It's not getting worse. That's the most important thing.
Is Patty's fatty liver worse than last year? I get a no. But it's still not healthy. You still got a ways to go. But you can fix it. You'll heal it. And you can do this. And when you just find other substitutes for things, and you're going to be amazed at how fast your body's going to heal itself if we get out of the way. Okay?
I'm very grateful. I just want to say I'm very grateful it didn't get worse. It's 11 months now. So I figured, I must be doing something right, but I'm not doing perfect. But
ramp it up. Yeah. Ramp up your doing right more. Take it to the next level. You can do it.
Okay. I know.
Okay, girl. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, I think we have time for one more caller. Hi, Suze. Hi, Suze.
Julie.
You there?
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Suze.
I just thanks for taking my call. I'm just wondering if you can tell what made Coco want to pee in that same spot in my room again. Because in the past you said she wanted a litter box. I got her one in there. She uses that when she's in there. You said she wants the door closed to keep the dog out. I've done that, but I don't know what made her do it. I think it was this morning I found it, and I'm wondering if last time she was mad at the dog. This is the fourth time she's done it in a couple months, and she never did it ever before.
Well, the first thing that came in, Susie, was that because she smelled that she had gone there before, and I'm sure you probably cleaned it with some kind of a carpet cleaner
Clorox wipes and everything. It's a wood floor. I mean, Pergo kind of fake wood floor. So, I mean, I cleaned that. And she hadn't done it now for weeks since I started, keeping the door closed if she wanted to be separated from the dog and stuff.
Okay. So Coco's a cat, everybody. Yeah. Coco the cat. Isn't that? She's named for Coco Chanel. Isn't that hilarious? I love that, Susie. Okay, so I'm gonna let's get Coco on the line and see what's up. Coco, why are you peeing again on the hardwood floor? I got smell again. She could smell it in the area.
Is there a way to tell her to quit doing it?
Well, yeah, she knows. And she had access her litter box. She had access to her litter box and everything. Yeah,
the litter box is right near there. It's so strange. I didn't know she had some new reason because I've complied with all her wishes, So
she gets a little pissy at times, for lack of a better word. She gets a little bitchy at times. She's got an attitude at times, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean she's really cuddly with me, but she has a little bit of a temper, is what I'm seeing. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. So, think back about what happened today, and was there something? I can't remember. I mean, I had someone coming over, an organizer came. Did she get upset about that? Because I thought maybe it's something to do with that.
I'm not getting an answer on that, but Susie, I think if you think about your day and you just kind of do an instant replay of your day, of what you know, I think it will become apparent to you. But I get that she did it just to be kind of an obstinate little girl there.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. I don't see anything medically going on with her.
Yeah, I figured it's behavioral. I just couldn't figure out what I need to do different now that I've done all the other things she's asked me to do, and she did great until just today again. So it's been weeks since. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep trying to clean it. Make sure it's clean and as I've done, and hopefully it won't happen again. So thanks so much for taking my call.
Okay, thanks, Susie. Appreciate you calling in. I hope you have a good week. I hope Coco behaves.
Thank you, me too. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, you too. So for the rest of you that I didn't get to, please call back next week and let me know that I didn't get to you this week, and I'll take you first next week. For everybody else, thanks for listening. Enter my drawing. 3 easy things. Follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan. Write a review about me, about the podcast. You can put me in there too. It doesn't matter about the podcast. On iTunes at Ask Julie Ryan, and subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. And somebody's going to win a free hour-long session, which will be really fun. Until next week, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And thanks so much for joining us. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.